The Crosby Palace, known for many names, Justin Davis, Rogers, and you can name them all. High-scoring affairs, the team's great, and there's another season of Crosby basketball. WHTR's here live from the Crosby Palace in Waterbury, Connecticut. 1320 WHTR's 76th consecutive year of high school basketball is sponsored by Ion Bank, DeGeorgia Roofing, and all your local neighborhood Waterbury pharmacies. Thank you very, very much. I'm Chris Saunders, alongside my partner in crime, as always, Dave Grant himself. Just want to wish everybody a safe and happy New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, and hope everyone had a happy holiday. This is the first game since the Christmas and/or holidays. The Crosby Bulldogs, they are 1-1. They take on the Kennedy Eagles. They are 2-1.
It's going to be an interesting game tonight, Chris. We know that the Crosby Bulldogs have been absolutely depleted from last year. 3 of their players ending up over at rival Wilby. You know, another one out with COVID, another one out with the sprained ankle. I mean, they look deep, but they're not dealing with the normal crew that they go down with. So it's going to be a lot of scoring that's going to be put on the shoulders of young Mr. Robinson over there, Jason Robinson, who's not only a great basketball player, but a classy kid also.
And, you know, we had an opportunity to talk with the Godfather, and I know, Dave, you're a little bit under the weather right now, and it may be hard to give the Godfather kind of accent, but Nick Augelli, 43rd season with the Bulldogs, 722 and 289 with this program, and he was saying it's tough when you lose a couple players to transfers. 3 players in particular went to Wilby. Also mentioned how there, you know, other players with injuries and such. One player may actually not even be on the team after today, depending on what happens, maybe going to another state. But you know, he said it's a tough season early on.
He said, and I quote,
"I've never had a year like this before in my life. I can't understand it. What else could happen?"
We love Nick Augelli. I mean, he's been, and I've probably said this a million times over the last 18 years on the radio, but Nick's first year as head coach was my senior year in high school, and that tells you how long he's been doing this, okay? Because I'm 60 years old, so he's been doing coaching for quite some time. And you know, he was a classy guy then. We actually scrimmaged Crosby here at the Palace. So it was a fun time. But yeah, I've known Nick for a long, long time. Great coach. Hey, on the other side too, Armin Lavasser. One heck of a player himself in high school and college. And glad to see him back guiding this Kennedy team, which looks pretty good.
Exactly. Kennedy is 2-1. They beat St. Paul, a game that we did in the first game of the Connecticut boys basketball season. They also beat Wolcott, but they struggled against Kobe, 66-47. And again, us being able to talk to various coaches, as we did with both Lavasser and Nick Augelli. Coach Lavasser told us the biggest struggle, and we mentioned it too after the St. Paul game, being able to slow things down, because he said his team likes to move quickly. They like to press very, very fast and play up-tempo. But he said that's where not having Sincere Alves and the adjustment of who is it going to be. Will it be Tucker? Will it be Trueheart? As far as trying to slow this high-octane offense down a little bit.
And that's another reason, I'm going to bring this up while I got the chance now, but that's another reason why I don't like the idea of such a quick shot clock in high school basketball. I think that if you put a shot clock in there that's not giving these guys a lot, this is going to turn into a summer league. It's going to turn into a run up and down the court. You're not given the opportunity to, see these guys pass the ball around and let something develop. They're all going to be concerned about the shot clock and getting shot off beforehand. And I think that's just going to create not the type of basketball that I would like to see.
And the shot clock will be a part of the game starting next season, the 2023-2024 season. So this will be the last season not having a shot clock. It'll be an adjustment, and I'm sure we'll critique it and talk about it more as the shot clock comes. But looking right now at the Kennedy Eagles, they are a team that has not played since December 20th. And I know Coach Lavasher mentioned that he had his players come in on Christmas Eve because he doesn't like to have more than 2 to 3 days of off time.
Yeah, and that's great. It's a great strategy. I mean, it was the same way when I was in high school, and when I was in college, we had practice on Christmas Day.
Really?
Sometimes one year we had a game on Christmas Day. So I mean, we would go home on Christmas Eve after a morning practice, and have to turn around and come back Christmas Day for a 2 o'clock practice in the afternoon. So it is what it is. But yeah, you got to keep your players in the game, keep them shooting, keep them loose, keep them focused on the game, and don't let that too much time go by where they're getting out of the focus of the game itself.
Now we're watching both teams right now. We're not in our typical spot. Usually we're stationed across from the scoring table, but because the stands are pushed out, we are behind the scoring table, but face to the left near the Kennedy side. So we're not picking favorites. We're not saying that we don't like the Crosby side, more so than we love the Kennedy side. It's just where we feel like this is where we could go with the situation of which we are in. But right now, as both teams are shooting in their warm-ups, about 2:48 left in the pregame as both Kennedy and Crosby warm up before their matchup. Crosby 1-1, Kennedy 2-1. Dave, you and I were talking about the Kennedy Eagles and their uniforms. Very kind of, in terms of college football, because you mentioned college basketball, kind of the Navy colors. Very, very, because I've noticed that for football, they have the same uniforms, but obviously for football, very, very cool. I like it.
Sharp. I like it. Whoever picked those out did a great job. They're sharp uniforms. With Crosby being depleted the way it is, all right, somebody has to step up and help out Jason Robinson in scoring. And it could be a different player every night, or it could be the same player. Hopefully it's multiple players that step up, and so this kid doesn't have to score 30, 40 a night, to carry this team. Now, I'm not saying that there are bad players on Crosby. Don't get me wrong. All I'm saying is that what they were used to with their starters and everything, they're completely depleted from that. People will step up. Players will step up as the year progresses. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They will mature, and then they will become the names that we talk about in preseason next year as being returners that did a great job.
Exactly, and when you think about some of the players that are out, and, Coach Algelli was mentioning Blackman, McCray, as far as 2 sophomores who we're not going to see because of injuries and such. But those are players to watch for as the season progresses, and hopefully they will be healthy. But you mentioned Robinson. He's averaging 20 points per game. This is a stat that kind of shocked me a little bit. 19% from the three-point line, Dave. 53 from the free throw line. I don't know if that's a little bit of maybe just rust, but a little bit surprising from Robinson.
Yeah, it could be a fatigue matter. It could be a rust matter. It could be just a lack of concentration. I mean, the kid, we watch him. He buries 3-pointers out there like you wouldn't believe in the warm-ups, okay?
You watch him right now.
We watch it. He's firing them in. It looks almost like at a 50% clip, if not better. And then you get in the game, and what happens? You get a little fatigue here and there. Someone's in your face, But I would hope that, again, I did not like it when the 3-point field goal came into high school basketball, because I think it's just making it more and more and more towards like professional basketball as all these different rule changes go on. But, people are now stepping back and taking the 3 instead of driving to the hoop to try to get the old-fashioned 3.
And how many times did we see that in the Nonawag-Pomperaugh game where we saw, what was it, probably 15 to 23s in the first half between both teams. Nonawag, and I don't know if this was by design or not, I'd have to talk to Coach Fitzpatrick, they didn't really drive to the basket much. It was a whole lot of 15, 20, or longer foot shots.
Yeah, exactly, it was. They didn't drive very much at all.
Now both teams right now are going into the center part of the court. Crosby is behind Kennedy right near the other side of the basket as you hear the PA announcer going through the rules and regulations. We're going to send it back to the station. We come back to starting 5 between Crosby and Kennedy. And then tip-off here from the Crosby Palace. This is the 76th consecutive year of high school basketball on 1320 WATR 97.7 FM. National anthem is about to be over. Kurt, thank you. The starting five for both Kennedy and Crosby. First, the away team, the Kennedy Eagles. Number 5, Igor Musalari, senior. Number 10, Hakeem Trueheart. Number 23, Isaiah Tucker. Number 25, senior, Jabari James. And number 33, Lennox Serrano. The starting five for the Kennedy Eagles, 2-1. They are in Division II this season. And they are coached by Armin Lavasser in his 8th season with the program. Was with them for a first 6 years and then was away for a little bit coaching at career and then came back for his 7th season last year, and that's how he got to his 8th season this year. And the Crosby Bulldogs, as you hear their typical music to be played before the starting five is announced. Number 1, senior Khalif Willard. Number 12, junior Curtis Ellis. Number 14, Jason Robinson. Number 15, junior Vaughn Grubbs. And number 21, senior Lyndon Frederick. 4 seniors, 4 juniors, 4 sophomores as far as the roster for the Crosby Bulldogs. But for their starting five, 3 seniors and 2 juniors. And Dave, I just have to say, the fact that Jason Robinson is a senior when we saw him as a freshman tells me 2 things. 1, we're both getting old. And 2, we're both getting old.
You're half my age. Wait, just wait.
Hey, my birthday is in, what, less than a week?
Less than a week. That's
a week from today, actually.
Yeah.
January 3rd. And we have a game, Naugatuck. And that'll be a fun one. So Crosby will be in their home white uniforms. Kennedy will be in their away uniforms. And very, as you said, stylish. I'll go with that, too, for the Kennedy uniforms.
You know what I like to watch the video games? When the kids come out and they do all this,
Yeah, how do they remember all that, right?
How do they remember it? Because it's a different one for each player. So how do they remember it?
I've said that watching football games, college basketball games. I mean, I have a hard time remembering what I ate last week. But these kids have all these different hand signals, daps, I don't know, probably thumb words, whatever it is.
When we were introduced, we didn't have a tunnel to come out. We just came off the bench and out to the center of the court. Now they come out, they do their thing. They fist pound with the coach of the other team and the referees and everything. It's a whole big different thing.
And we are underway. Yep, and it'll be Kennedy with the ball. They lose it quickly off of Trueheart's left knee. Back to, looks like Crosby. Number 1, Willard, the senior. Tries to give it inside to Frederick. Back outside to Willard. Across the court. Finding number 12, Ellis. 3 from Robinson, a little bit short. Lennox on the defensive rebound. 1 and done is Crosby. Jabari James will bring it up. Number 25, a senior, as Kennedy will go left to right on your dial. Crosby will go right to left. Trueheart, top of the key, 3. It's a brick. Didn't even touch the rim. 1 and done is Kennedy. Back-to-back 1 and dones for both sides. Trying to give and go to Robinson. It's a turnover for Crosby, their first of the game. Serrano trying to go coast to coast. He'll pull up for the short 15-footer, and it's good. First points of the game, Lennox Serrano, the senior, 2-0 Kennedy over Crosby with about a minute in this first quarter gone by. Robinson outside. Willard, senior. Grubbs, 3. Rattles in. And Crosby answers back with a triple. They're up by 1. 6:52 in this first quarter to go. Chris Saunders alongside Dave Grant, Kurt Schmid at the 1320 WATR studios. Trueheart, James off the glass a little bit too hard. 1 and done for Kennedy. Defensive rebound by Frederick, who averages 7 rebounds defensively.
I was sitting here saying, how come I'm not being able to see my page down here? Right, I realized I took my glasses off.
It's okay. Robinson making a move on Trueheart. Senior on junior. Robinson misses the bunny. Frederick gets the offensive rebound. Willard for three. Second chance. Good. And Crosby has 6. Kennedy has 2. 6-10 in this first quarter to go. Tucker, one dribble. He'll try for 3. Misses the 3. About mid-court. Trueheart's able to get the ball back, but no. Backcourt violation.
That's a tough call for the kid there because, you know what, he was just hustling to get the ball. It just ended up right at the center line when that happened, and there was 2 Crosby players going after it also. So you can't get mad at that turnover as a coach.
I was just about to say, I feel like that's a backcourt violation that if you're Coach Levasseur, you can't get mad at per se.
No.
Grubbs, who's a junior, wearing number 15, has Robinson close by. Robinson yet to score, averages 20. Ellis to Frederick, now Willard. Guarded by Stroud, now 2 players in the corner. Frederick, high arcing 3, it's an air ball. One and done is Crosby. James trying to go coast to coast, working on Ellis. And he's fouled. Well, correction, that was Grubbs he was working on. We'll see who the foul is on. That's on 12, that's Ellis. His first, team's first. And at the free throw line will be Jabari James for 2 free throws.
Okay, so we are not even 2.5 minutes into this game, and there's been 6 3-point shots put up already.
Kind of felt like that was going to be the case.
Didn't we?
We saw that for Kennedy and St. Paul. A lot of 3s early on. Jabari James bending the knees, wearing number 25. First free throw is good. That makes my partner extremely happy.
Like to see those free throws go in.
It's because they're free, right?
That's right.
Score should be 6-3, not 7-2. Should be 6-3.
Yeah.
Free throw is missed. 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Kennedy fighting for the ball. 1 of 2 is James from the free throw line. Shot is going to be blocked. Igor Musolari trying to fight for it. Back over is Crosby. That's Willard. Willard driving, and Trueheart's going to foul him. And 1.
That was a heck of a play by Willard. He went right into Trueheart's face, created the space, and got that little baby left hook went in on him.
Trueheart's first, team's first. And, you know, while we have Willard here, I thought Nick Augelli gave him a huge compliment when he talked about the kind of heart that this kid has.
He does have a lot of heart out there. He moves really quick up and down the court, hustling at all times.
Possible 3-point. Yep, he missed it, but there's Robinson, his teammate. Robinson back outside. Looks like Frederick. That's Grubbs. Grubbs with a short 3. So back-to-back attempts missed by Crosby. Back over is Kennedy. That's Isaiah Tucker wearing number 23. Finds Serrano. Serrano has 2 of the 3 points for Kennedy. The score is 8-3 in favor of Crosby with 5 minutes to go in this first quarter here from the Crosby Palace. Trueheart outside the 3-point line is Kennedy going left to right on your dial. Crosby right to left. Serrano.
Kennedy is being very patient here and setting their offense up. Here we go, give and go to the hoop.
That's Trueheart. Trueheart misses the bunny, 1 and done. Kennedy. And Robinson's right there on the defensive rebound. He averages 8 defensive rebounds, 15 total rebounds so far early in this season. 3 games in. This is the 3rd game. Ellis, Willard, high 3. Oh, here we go. He's got it. With 5 for number 1, the senior Khalif Willard. It's 11-3. A big lead for Crosby over Kennedy. 4:18 to go in this first quarter. Serrano, guarded by Frederick. Frederick's a very long player, Dave.
He is. Serrano going to launch a 3 and make it.
He's got 5. More than, or rather, 2 points shy of what he had, 3 points shy of what he had against St. Paul with 7. 11-6 is the score. Still in favor of Crosby. Under 4 to play in this first quarter. Willard gives it to Robinson. Robinson lost the handle, then regains. Makes the spin inside the paint. Back outside. That's Ellis. Was hit as he attempted the 3. No foul called. But a second chance as Trueheart went down. Putting up for the second chance was Grubb.
Getting away with an over the back.
Yep. And he's got 8. 13-6 Crosby.
Crosby's playing a very stifling man-to-man defense right now.
Serrano from the right elbow. Misses. Hitting it out of bounds. And we'll see it's last touch by Kennedy. So possession Crosby. Inbounding will be number 12, Ellis. He'll give it to Willard. Back to Ellis. 3:20 in this first quarter to go. 13-6 Crosby over Kennedy. Willard, 3/4 of the court. Grubbs with 8 points. Willard with 5. All the scoring for Crosby. Now whistle blown. We'll have a reach-in on Kennedy. That's Musolari, his first, team second.
You know what I think about that?
Yes, I do.
That was a little nitpick foul. Number one, what are you doing that all the way out that far away from the basket, putting your hands on the guy? But number two, why are we calling this?
Can't hand check anymore. Willard to Frederick, guarded by Serrano outside the three-point line. Crosby still 3/4 of the court on the side of Kennedy. Willard, give and go to Ellis. Now Grubbs, it was blocked by Truart. Musolari trying to go after the ball. They'll say last touch by Crosby, possession Kennedy.
That was a nice block, but Crosby, yeah, that's good for you. Easy for you to say, Dave. Crosby just about turned that into a basket by tipping the ball down low, and it just went out of bounds off someone's foot, and that's the end of it.
We're going to have 2 subs coming in, Davis and Morrison. And how about number 25, Jabari James, with now 3 points to be 2 points shy of his teammate Serrano, who has 5. 13-8 is the score. Still Crosby leading, 2:35 in this first quarter to go. Willard with a cut move, past Tucker from the left elbow. Just misses, but a nice move by Willard. One and done for Crosby. Truart spinning by Grubbs. Truart outside of Musolari, catch and shoot. It was going to be tipped, rather it was tipped by Ellis. He gets the ball. Grubbs will bring up 3/4 of the court. Give and go. Robinson, he will finish at the rim. His first points of the game. 15-8, Crosby. 2:08 to go in the first.
Crosby did a fantastic job there in transition and being unselfish and finding the open player.
Truart with a quick 2, just shy from the left low post. Under 2 to play in this first quarter. A 5-point lead for Crosby. 15-10. Ellis to Robinson, wide open. A little bit short. One and done for Crosby. Robinson with 19 from the three-point line, 19%. Not very good from Jason Robinson thus far this season.
Season's young.
Yes, it is. Only this being the 3rd game.
If it was a real problem, you'd hear Mr. Godfather himself saying something about it.
And it looks like that was Tucker who was fouled in the right low post. We'll see who the foul is on for Crosby. That's going to be on 21. That's Frederick. That's his first, team second. Each team with 2 team fouls.
Check out them sneakers, man.
How about the size for Davis?
I know, Davis is a big boy. He's a big boy. I don't want to mix it up under the hoop with him.
No, if there's a loose ball, I don't know if I can protect you.
Right?
I'm only so big. First free throw is made by Tucker. Substitutions come in. We'll get that in just a second. Kennedy is 2 of 3 from the free throw line. As Morrison and Davis are in. Also after Crosby looking for the number. Looks like number 23, Schofield, is also in. Free throw will be missed by Kennedy. 1 of 2 is Tucker. Kennedy 2 of 4 from the free throw line. Robinson on a spin. Robinson the left low post. He misses the bunny, fighting for the ball. And it's going to be Kennedy. It'll be the young player Morrison who had it, but then he loses it. Frederick takes it away from the Bulldogs. Another chance for Crosby. Robinson outside the three-point line, pulls up right in front of Truart. He misses another 3. And Morrison will dribble up for the Kennedy Eagles. Under a minute to play in the first quarter, a 4-point lead for Kennedy, or rather for Crosby. And we'll have a foul called on Kennedy.
Number 32. That would be Mr. Morrison.
Yep, that's his first. Team's third. Just came into the game, quick foul.
Now he knows he's in the box scores.
This is true. Kinsey will also be coming into the game. Out will be the junior Grubbs.
This kid Kinsey can shoot. I watched him in the JV game. He's a phenomenal shooter from three-point land.
Well, he's shooting 43%, by far the best on the team from three-point land. Willard, nice move in the paint. Willard misses the bunny. Truart gets the defensive rebound. 40 seconds to go. Kennedy down by 4. Truart makes it now down by 2. With a nice right low post bunny. 30 seconds to play. 15-13 Crosby. Robinson guarded by Serrano. Schofield had it hit high. Serrano tried to save the ball, but we'll see. Last touched by Kennedy. And they're saying off of Serrano's left finger.
And Coach Sylvester can't believe it. He's like, he blocked the shot. How did that happen that way?
22.5 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Schofield inbounding, trying to give it to what was Kinsey and gave it right to the Kennedy Eagles. And now Morrison will dribble up. Morrison looking at Coach Lavasser. I would think Kennedy will get the final shot. Davis, long pass inside to Tucker. Tucker will miss in the right low post, and it's Frederick who has it. Down to 3 seconds for Crosby. Give and go to Willard before the buzzer. No good. And the first quarter has concluded. An exciting first quarter here from the Crosby Palace. 15-13. Crosby leads by 2 over the Kennedy Eagles. We'll send it back to the station. We'll be back with the second quarter in just a few moments. This is the 76th consecutive year of high school basketball on 1320 WATR 97.7 FM. Quarter has just begun. The leading scorers for both sides. Crosby is Grubbs with 8, and then you have for Kennedy Serrano with 5. Grubbs, who just shot a 3 outside, misses, 1 and done. Crosby, Trueheart will bring it up for the Kennedy Eagles. Quickly inside and good. That's Davis off the bench with a quick 2 points, and we're tied 15-15. 7:35 in this first half to go. Robinson traveled. You caught that from a mile away.
I don't think he traveled. I just knew what he was going to get called.
It's like you know. It's like you know.
Well, you know, a lot of times they don't see the long stretch of his arms as he's putting the ball down, and they think that his feet are moving beforehand. That was not a travel that time.
Inside for a long 2, and putting up for a second chance is Serrano. He's got 7. And Kennedy with a lead for the first time.
That
in
is
quite a while, I think.
First lead period.
Well, first lead period, you're right. 17-15, 7:10 in this first half remaining. Ellis to Willard. Grubbs, guarded by Trueheart. Frederick. Willard, left corner, 3. A little bit too hard, didn't even touch the rim, I don't think. But somehow goes right back to Robinson for Crosby. Robinson outside, Willard for a second 3, and it's like Robinson was calling it. He had his hands up for a made 3 before he even went in the basket.
You know, I made a mistake. Kennedy had the first 2 points of the game, so they did have the first lead.
18-17, Crosby back up top. 6:35 in this first half remaining. Morrison for a 3, misses. Right corner, second chance Kennedy. That's Tucker. Tucker will miss the bunny in the right low post. 2 and done for Kennedy. Robinson will bring it up, the senior wearing number 14. Pulls it from the left elbow. A little bit too hard. There's Serrano on the defensive rebound. And Trueheart will now slow it down.
I'm surprised that Kennedy has a very low shooting percentage so far this game, especially Robinson.
Trueheart was fouled. Now we'll see, was he fouled before going to the rim? It was on Willard. That's his first, team's 3rd.
They're going to give him 2 shots.
Okay, so Trueheart will be at the free throw line for 2. Now Trueheart had 19 points against St. Paul, 12 against Woolcott. So far only has 4. Trying to make it 5, bends the knees, and it's short.
Well, you know, he also has the defensive assignment of Jason Robinson, so
Correct.
That's got to take some energy out of you following that kid all over the place. And now the referees are telling the players to stop jawing with each other because words were being said.
Nice job by the Zebras, kind of controlling things before they get out of hand.
Yep. A lot of new faces, too.
I know. Second free throw, first was missed, and second one was missed as well. Kennedy, 2 of 6 from the free throw line, not good.
It's like fingernails crawling out of a chalkboard.
Crosby 18, Kennedy 17. Grubbs inside the three-point line. He's got the 2. He's got 10. By far leads both teams in scoring. The junior, who averages 7, Dave. He's got 10.
Well, I told you that every night someone new has to step up.
Davis outside. Morrison all by his lonesome for 3. It's a swish. First points made by Morrison, the sophomore. And we're tied 20-20. 5:28 to go in the first half. Chris Saunders alongside Dave Grant here from the Crosby Palace on a Tuesday night in Waterbury, Connecticut. Willard, Frederick, top of the key. He answers back. The big guy saying, I can make a 3 as well. It's always nice to see a center, Dave, make a 3. I have to admit.
I'll tell you what. It's good. It's like a Dirk Nowitzki sitting out there and firing them up, you know?
Morrison gets another one. Back-to-back 3s by the sophomore. That's got to make his father happy. The assistant coach for Kennedy. We're tied again, 23-all. Under 5 to play in this first half. Frederick getting by Davis in the left low post. Gives it to Willard. Nice job, the assist. Frederick, the points, Willard. Crosby now back up by 2. 4:30 in this first half to go.
Things are heating up.
You can say that again. It's back
Things
and
are
forth.
heating up.
Foul was called before Trueheart drove in, and the foul was on Robinson, his first, team's 4th. And you know what? That's the first reaction I've seen from Robinson in this first half, Dave, where he was like, I didn't foul him. But the Zebras thought otherwise.
Yeah.
The inbounder will be Davis, as Kennedy going left to right on your dial, where we're stationed behind the scoring table here in the Crosby Palace. A little different spot for us. Davis with an errant pass, right to Schofield of Crosby, wearing number 23. Grubbs, who has 10, wearing number 15. Willard. Grubbs, he's got the hot hand. Grubbs missed the 3, in the corner, goes out of bounds. Kennedy ball. I have to admit, first time seeing this Grubbs player, the junior, he's got a very interesting shot, almost like he's pushing the ball a little bit. Maybe you could help me with that. Do you see that at all?
Yeah, he's not getting very much high arc on it.
Correct.
It's like a bullet, and that's usually when you push it forward instead of shooting up as much
Correct.
as you can. And I'll tell you, when Robinson is off, he does the same thing. He has a very flat shot.
Trueheart will bring the ball up. Trueheart with only 4 points, missed both free throws in this second quarter. Errant pass and thrown away by Kennedy. Nice job by his teammate Serrano to pick up Tucker.
Got to get Serrano more involved in this offense here.
I was thinking the same thing, Dave.
You have to get him. You have to have him have some touches and some looks.
You got to feed him.
Yep.
Right? Crosby still up by 2, 25-23. Under 4 to play in this first half. 4 personal fouls on, by Crosby, 3 on Kennedy. Willard to Robinson. Robinson will dribble a couple times. Serrano guarding. Schofield by his lonesome, guarded by Davis. Schofield, the Grubbs, 1 dribble, 3. A little bit too hard. Davis on the defensive rebound in his bright green shoes. I love the shoe game by him. I love those shoes.
They were saying that as he was checking in for the first time.
Tucker with a spin by Willard. Tucker then lost the ball. It's Grubbs to Willard, the senior. Trueheart, the only player back for Kennedy, and Willard will go in uncontested in the right low post. James getting ready to come back in for Kennedy. 27-23 Bulldogs over the Kennedy Eagles. 3:07 in this first half to go. Davis trying to give it to Serrano, and it's thrown away again. Substitutions coming in. Kinsey in for Crosby. James in for Tucker. Actually, 2 players will be back in for Crosby. We'll see the other player. Looks like Ellis is also back in. And, yep. Well, actually, no, it is only 1 player, so I was right. I apologize. So we have Schofield, Ellis. Also have Willard, Robinson. And it looks like Kinsey, as I said before. Willard. 5-footer, left low post, no good. Robinson on a defensive rebound. I can see why he has all those rebounds, Dave.
He went after the ball. He's being a ball hawk.
Schofield, nice move by Serrano. Then Schofield has it deflected, but they're going to call a blocking foul on Kennedy. And that's on Davis, his first, team's 4th. Dave, should I just keep talking?
Did you see me open my mouth at all, Chris?
It is after Christmas. Santa won't give you any coal now, so you can say something. Schofield at the free throw line for 2. He misses. And how about Schofield is the first Crosby player not named Willard, Ellis, Robinson, Frederick, or McCray to shoot a free throw.
Really?
Not many players for this Crosby team have shot free throws.
It tells you most of their games outside and not inside.
Yep. And Crosby also 0 of 2 from the free throw line. Schofield missed the first, makes the second. 1 of 3 are the Bulldogs. Kennedy is 2 of 6. 28-23.
Dismal.
I know, it's rough. Crosby leads. Davis, give and go from Trueheart. Davis will finish in the left low post.
That was set up perfectly by Davis. He released just at the right time to get that ball back.
3-point lead for Crosby. 2:20 to go in the first half. Schofield dribbling, and he was fouled. And if they have that on Morrison, that's his second. Nope, that's on Trueheart. That's his second. Team's fifth, and that's going to force, I think, Trueheart to come out. And Tucker's back in. And even Trueheart was looking like, wait, am I coming out?
Yeah. That's just your standard coaching. You get 2 fouls, especially when there's only 2 minutes left. You don't want to pick up that third one with 2 minutes left in the half.
We saw with Serrano against St. Paul early in the first quarter. Schofield, Kinsey misses the 3. Serrano with a long range to get that defensive rebound. Went to the sky for that one.
He's lanky, and he can get up.
Yes, he can. Nice move, Serrano driving, lost the ball, however, off the right foot. No, they're going to say a foul called
on Serrano.
That's his first. The fouls are piling up. Team sixth, one more, and we'll have a 1-and-1 for the Bulldogs. Inbounding will be Kinsey, the sophomore, to Grubbs, number 15. Grubbs will dribble with his left hand by mid, now 3/4 of the court, as Crosby goes right to left on your dial. Schofield working on Tucker outside. Kinsey to Grubbs. Grubbs with 10 points. Robinson, 3 over Serrano.
Oh, he hit that one.
Robinson with his first made 3 of the game. He's got 5 total. 31-25 Bulldogs. 1:25 remaining in this first half. Willard, the senior, waiting to come back into the game. Also Trueheart.
And Robinson taking it all the way. Thank you very much.
5 total for Robinson in the second quarter. 7 in the game. 33-25 Bulldogs. Jabari James throws it up, and the foul called on the floor. And I think it will be on Kinsey, just waiting. No, I was wrong. It's on 23, that's Schofield. His first, team's fifth.
On the ground, so we are not shooting.
Inbounding is Davis to James. 3/4 of the court. Long pass in the corner. Morrison to Davis. Davis outside. Willard's right there to take it back. He intercepted the pass, guarded by 2, gets by both defenders. Willard now has to get by Morrison, the left low post, rather 3/4 of the court, I should say. Spoke a little bit too quick. Robinson, top of the key. Willard, 3. Rattles in a couple times, no good, but then a push by Tucker. And that should be a 1-and-1 for Crosby.
Grubb just elevated up there to grab that rebound. He's having a good first half.
Yes, he is. And you talked about players stepping up when the star player, the best player, you could say in some sense, as far as not playing his best game. Grubbs is doing that. He's got 10 points, trying to make it 11, maybe 12.
He certainly is. He's having a great game. Misses the 1-on-1, though.
This is the free throw, so Crosby 1 of 4. Really the only blemish for Crosby has been their free throw shooting. Davis to James, left corner. Now Tucker.
Ooh,
yes, gets the 3.
And 1.
He's got 4, does Isaiah Tucker. Had 6 against St. Paul, 16 against Kobe. 15 seconds to go in this first half. 33-28. Crosby leading Kennedy. 12 seconds ago. Grubbs dribbling in the corner. Tries to give it to Frederick. And then they'll have a foul called on Morrison. Another 1-and-1. That's Morrison's second, team's 8th.
No, they're not calling it on Morrison.
Number 21, Frederick.
That's on Frederick. Oh, okay. Yeah. So that's Frederick. So that's his second, team 6. So take away the Morris foul. I apologize. Any Mrs. Morrison, unless she's here at the game, or any of the family, I apologize. He only has one personal foul. Don't send hate mail. Down to 6 seconds. 33-28 Crosby. James a little bit short. Down to 1 second. Frederick tried to throw it high, and he couldn't. It was deflected off of Serrano. And the first half has concluded with the score, 33-28. The Bulldogs go into half with a lead over the Kennedy Eagles. We'll send it back to the station, pay some bills, and then go over both teams as far as what they've done between the first and the second quarters. This is the 76th consecutive year of high school basketball on 1320 WATR 97.7 FM. Is set to begin here from Waterbury, Connecticut at Crosby High School. The Kennedy Eagles 2-1, Crosby 1-1. The next games for both of these teams, Crosby has a game on the 29th. They're at New London. New London comes here later on in January, so that should be an interesting matchup. Kennedy plays against Derby, and that will also be, actually that'll be December 28th. The Crosby game will be on the 29th. Second half's just begun. Third quarter, Kennedy with the ball. Quick, high-arcing three by Trueheart. Rattles it a couple times, and it's good. That's 7 for Trueheart. 33-31, 2-point lead for Kennedy. And Robinson drew a foul on the right low post. And the foul will be on Serrano, his second, team's first here in the second half. At the free throw line is Robinson, as kind of limping a tad, favoring I don't know which leg, but taking a little bit of time as he entered the charity stripe.
He's a tough kid.
Very tough.
It'd take a lot to make him sit down.
First free throw is short.
See how, now you see on that, Chris, he went like this. He pushed it this way. He didn't push it up, he pushed it forward. He's got to put a little more arc on his shot.
Now he also doesn't really bend his knees either when he shoots free throws. Watch. The knees don't really bend much. Kind of almost straightforward.
See more arc on that one?
Yep. He made it.
And went in.
2 of 6 is Crosby. First free throw miss. Second one is good. Should be 34-31.
Yep.
7:35 in this third quarter. Well early, just started. Serrano driving. Mussolari from the right corner. Wide open, no good. Ellis on the defensive rebound. It stays 34-31. 7:20 to go in the third. Robinson driving. Robinson lost the ball. Robinson foul called. And I think they're going to call that on. Yep. That's his second, Mussolari. Team second.
You guys did put that point up.
7:15 in this third quarter to go. Nice job by Dave letting the scoring table know. Got to get that point up there, and they put it up. 34-31. Crosby leading by 3. Inbounding Willard. Give and go. Robinson. Heating up a little bit is Jason Robinson.
That's a nice look for him right there. A little 8-9 footer.
He's got 10. Averages 20. 5-point lead for the Bulldogs. 2 minutes thus far gone in this third quarter. 3 by Serrano misses. Robinson on the defensive rebound. Gives it to Willard. Willard pushing it forward. Frederick, it's an air ball. Mussolari on the defensive rebound. One and done is Crosby. Back over are the Kennedy Eagles. The tipped, blocked by Jason Robinson. Here goes Willard. And Willard with a soft dunk, but we'll call it a dunk. He's got 14.
It's a dunk anyway. It wasn't earth-shattering, but you knew he threw it down.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
7-point lead for the Bulldogs. 6:25 in the third to go. Serrano misses from the free throw line, and Kennedy a little bit cold, Dave, in the third.
So far.
Willard working on his defender, Serrano. Willard has really improved a lot, Dave, since last year.
Absolutely, he has.
You could tell.
Oh, errant pass. Picked up by Robinson. No.
Nope, that's going to be, that's Tucker. Tucker that had a hard foul, and I think that's going to be on Frederick. I'll wait until I see the number.
21.
Yep. Frederick's got a big smile.
Well, listen,
he's like, oh, I know.
He did his job. He did what he was supposed to do. Don't give him a 2-pointer. Make him earn it. You know?
I mean, Kennedy, they're 2 of 6 on the free throw line, Dave. Make them earn it.
Jay Say used to always say, give him a good tag. That was a good tag.
Tucker is 1 of 2 from the free throw line in this game. Kennedy 2 of 6. Tucker has 4 points. First free throw, bending. Shot goes up, good.
And you know something we didn't mention in the first half?
What?
I think this refereeing group is doing a good job out here.
They have.
They've only missed 1 or 2 calls, and you're going to expect them to miss something.
Correct.
Okay?
They can't be perfect.
I think they're doing a great job. I think they've been very consistent tonight.
I agree with that, 100%. Tucker made the first free throw, 38-32. Trying to get 33, and he does.
Rainbow.
Ooh. Yep, as you would say, Dave, as Kennedy 4 of 7 from the free throw line. Tucker with 6. What was it, the Sounds of the Summer, right?
Swish is a summer sound.
Yes, there you go. Shot missed by Crosby, rather in the right low post. A soft bunny, 1 and done to the Bulldogs. Kennedy trying to fight back. Serrano for 3. Can't make the 3. 1 and done is Serrano and the Kennedy Eagles. Back-to-back 1 and dones for both sides. 5:35 in the third quarter to go. 38-33 Bulldogs. Robinson 3/4 of the court as Crosby going left to right in your dial. Willard from left corner, and it's swatted away by Serrano. Willard could not get by Serrano there. No.
No. You gotta love this little idiosyncrasies you pick up from me. I can't wait till the first real long bank shot goes in.
Oh, we haven't seen one yet.
No, we haven't.
We're 3 games in.
Yeah.
Driving, and Mussolari called with another foul, his third, team's third. And I don't think Levasseur likes that one.
No.
Kinsey at the free throw line for 2.
And I can't comment on it because I was blocked from it, so I couldn't see it.
That's fair. That's fair. Crosby 2 of 6 from the free throw line. Kinsey, who has yet to shoot a free throw thus far this season, will be attempting his first. Benz goes up, and it's like he's made 100. Free throw good.
I'll tell you, this kid's a shooter.
And he's only a sophomore,
Yeah.
too, so he's going to get better.
I watched him in the JV game. He is a shooter, and he can handle that rock, too.
And he's not overly tall. I would say he's about, what, 5'5", maybe?
5'6" or so.
Yeah, okay. About that. Second
Boom.
free throw good.
It's like money to him.
4 of 8, both free throws made. He averages 7. He's got his first 2. 40-33, Crosby leading. 5 minutes to go in the third. Tucker driving. Tucker then lost the ball. It's stripped away by the Bulldogs. That's Ellis, number 12. Ellis trying to regain his dribble. Gets by mid. Finds Robinson in the top of the key right side with a 3-point line. Robinson gets by Trueheart. Correction, that's Robinson on the tuck and go, and he's good in the right low post. Got by Trueheart.
That was great use of a pump fake. Something you don't see that often anymore in high school sports. He gave a pump fake, he let the 3 players go flying up in the air, and then he put it in.
Serrano 3 answers back. He's got 10. And to go back to Robinson, you mentioned almost like a big drop step almost.
Yep.
42-36, Crosby leading.
Didn't see a Euro step on that. No Euro travel, you know?
Robinson lost the ball. A rare turnover by Jason Robinson. Floater is in by Isaiah Tucker. He's got 8. The lead is starting to shrink for the Bulldogs. It's 4 with 4 minutes to go in the third. Ellis outside to Willard. Willard wearing number 1, working on Tucker. Robinson for 3. That's an air ball. Not good for Robinson. And then a reach-in foul by the Bulldogs. Should be on Ellis. That's going to be, on Ellis. That's his second, team's second. Each team with 2 team fouls. Davis inbounding. So Kennedy has Davis, Trueheart, Jabari James, Tucker, and Serrano. Crosby has defensively Willard, Robinson, also has Kinsey, Frederick, and Grubbs. Trueheart getting by 2 defenders, trying to get it in the corner, gets his own offensive rebound deflected rather, and then trying to make a pass in the corner is Jabari James, but it's taken away by Willard for Crosby. Willard trying to go coast to coast, trying to make a pass, it's deflected. Kennedy has the basketball, and then look who it been, it is Tucker. Tucker to Trueheart. Trueheart driving. Trueheart misses. Davis getting the offensive rebound. Davis putting it up high. He misses, and then putting it for the 3rd time is Trueheart. He's got 5 in the third.
A lot of contact going on under there, Chris.
A lot of contact. Trueheart with 9. And an errant pass deflected off of Crosby, and Augelli just putting his hands up and then down like, come on.
Come on, what are you guys doing here? Forget about it.
A 2-point lead for the Bulldogs as Robinson is out and Schofield's in, and How about that? First time Robinson's out of the game.
Hey, you got to give him a breather sometime.
That's true. And maybe kind of a little bit of, maybe like you said, with
a little pep talk, too.
Exactly, yep. Under 3 to play in the third. A 2-point lead for the Bulldogs. Trueheart trying to tie it up, and he does. 42 all. 2:50 remaining in the third. A back and forth affair between two NVL teams. High arcing three by Kinsey is no good. One and done on the Bulldogs. Kennedy trying to come away with a lead. Morrison, one dribble, fakes out for three. Bang! A three by the sophomore, Terrence Morrison. He's got 9. Kennedy with the lead, 45-42. 2:25 remaining in the third. Willard, and it's good, and 1. Willard, have a day, young man, have a day.
I love listening to you get excited.
Look, Willard to the line, shooting 1. Bulldog substitution, 14, Jason Robinson.
Robinson's back in. Willard for a possible 3-point play. Had a chance in the first quarter for a 3-point play, and he missed it. We'll see if he can do it here. Willard has 16 points, averages 10. The and 1, good, and that was nice from the charity stripe. Crosby, 5 of 9 from the free throw line. Kennedy, 4 of 9. And we're tied 45 all. 2:15 remaining in the third. Trueheart getting by 2 defenders. With a windmill, it's no good on the low bunny. One and done is Kennedy. Willard going in, misses, second chance, put up by Grubbs.
And that is why when there's a fast break, you do as a trailer keep going, because if the ball's missed, you could get an easy bunny like that.
2-point lead for Crosby. Going for the steal is Willard defensively. He was able to get it contested. And then Willard will have an easy finish in the right low post.
Now that's classical Crosby defense out there. They're starting to get their defense to create their offense, getting their transition points.
Willard leads the team with 19 points, Dave. Trueheart 3 misses.
Okay, they're just firing threes left and right.
Robinson back into the game. Minute 18 in the third to go. A 4-point lead for Crosby. 3 misses. Davis gets a defensive rebound. Davis will look. He'll find an open player. Trueheart by mid, now 3/4 of the court. Trueheart getting by 3 defenders. Trueheart then misses again. Another bunny. But then Serrano putting it up. And that's why you have a teammate.
Serrano didn't give up on that play.
No.
It looked like Trueheart had an easy one, and he just missed it.
50 seconds to go in the third. A 2-point lead for the Bulldogs. It was 4. Serrano makes a bunny in the paint to make it a 2-point deficit for Kennedy. Serrano deflected. Morrison's there to save it, but no, he stepped out of bounds. It'll be an inbounds pass for Crosby behind the Kennedy basket. Inbounding. Looks like will be Willard. Substitution, Tucker's out, James in. 38 seconds to go in the third.
How come I have this feeling there's going to be about 5 possessions in this last 38 seconds?
I have that feeling too. I do too, Dave. Willard outside, that's Ellis. 30 seconds to go. 2-point lead for Crosby. Grubbs dribbles. Back to Willard, working on Trueheart. Willard with a move. Willard gets by Trueheart and everybody. He's got 21. Khalif Willard, the senior, wearing number 1. And he's number 1 for Crosby tonight.
He's having a heck of a night.
10 seconds to go. Reaching on Willard.
There it comes again, Coach.
Willard's second, team's third.
Coach is trying to protect my arm over here.
He has to.
Yeah.
Precious cargo over here, ladies and gentlemen. Dave Grant has now Willard out. And what's your thoughts on that, taking Willard out for the final 10 seconds here?
I think it's a great move. The guy's having a heck of a game. We'll give him a little breather.
James to Serrano to cut the deficit. It's a short 3, 4.8 seconds to go in the third. Crosby has a chance to increase their lead. And now Willard, I thought he was sitting out, but he's back in.
Offense, defense.
Yep.
Get him out, didn't want to pick up a foul.
Schofield's out.
I'm going to see if we're going to get him to... I thought Willard would try to get the ball, but no.
Look at this by Kennedy, pushing everybody up except one. 4-1 defense in the corner.
Shot.
Morris Three, it's short. And then Robinson tries to throw it high. It's no good. They had a chance, Morrison in the corner, but it was just missed by Terrence Morrison. We're through three from the Crosby Palace. 51-47, the Bulldogs lead. You may want to keep it right here on 1320 WHR 97.7 FM because this game, I think, is going to be a doozy in the fourth quarter. This is the 76th consecutive year of high school basketball on 1320 WHR 97.7 FM. Dave, no base read by Crosby in that third quarter.
Here we are back. Fourth quarter starting action right now. Crosby has the first possession.
Robinson guarded by Davis and then Trueheart. Davis has it for the Kennedy Eagles. Davis will bring it up. Davis driving. Davis will miss. Trueheart puts it in, but no, he misses as well. Back-to-back misses by the Kennedy Eagles, and now Crosby back on offense. Grubbs in the corner, guarded by Jabari James. Now Willard, who through three quarters has 21 points. Grubbs from the left corner. Good by Grubbs.
And just as we were talking about how they didn't make any threes, they take that one and bury it. First one of the fourth quarter.
Grubbs has 15, Dave. He averages 7. Morrison trying to answer back. It rattles in and out. One and done is Kennedy. We're about a minute into this fourth quarter, 54-47. Crosby leading. Willard gets by two defenders, puts it up high. No good, going for the offensive rebound. That's Frederick. And then a reach-in foul by Kennedy, as Tucker will be coming into the game.
It's getting a little physical out there, Chris.
Yes, it is. The foul is
a little physical.
Jabari James, his first, team's fourth.
Coach Lavasser saying, you know, well, how about down here on this end when you hit him in the back of the head?
Free throw shooting, you've got Crosby 5 of 9. You've got Kennedy 4. Rather 4 of 7, not 9, I apologize. .57 in this fourth quarter to go. 54-47, Crosby leading. Crosby trying to improve their record to 2-1. Kennedy trying to avoid being 2-2. Robinson, left corner, driving outside, low post. Back outside three. And swatted away by Trueheart. Grubbs tried to shoot a three, and Trueheart said, no, you're not.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
That was a loud one, too.
Yeah, that was timed perfectly.
That reminded me of something he did last year. Do you remember when he did something just like that, except he got his own, he got the possession back and then got the two.
Yeah.
Inbounding Crosby. They get by the press of Kennedy. Ellis wearing number 12, a junior. Ellis trying to go and finish.
Move by Ellis.
Yes, his first points of the game come at a good time. 56-47.
Things are quieted down a little bit.
Yes, they
Another
are.
steal.
Trueheart. And that's Robinson who keeps it alive for Crosby. Willard.
He missed the dunk.
Yes, he missed the dunk, but Crosby has the possession still. Ellis a little bit short on the money in the left low post. Kennedy. That's Tucker. Morrison outside the three-point line, working around. Trueheart for another three, missing. Serrano going for the offensive rebound. Trying to keep it alive is Kennedy, and it's going to be Crosby ball. Willard's going to slow it down. A 9-point lead for the Bulldogs. Under 6 to play in this game.
Just remember that missed dunk if it comes down to a close game. That could be the points right there.
Grubbs to Robinson in the corner. Robinson fade away. No good. Robinson thus far through 3+ quarters has 12 points. Davis, nice move. Davis driving. Davis, the big guy showing a move, and a timeout called by Kennedy. We'll take a timeout as well. 5:21 remaining in the fourth. 56-49 in favor of the Bulldogs. This is the 76th consecutive year of high school basketball on 1320 WHR 97.7 FM.
You know, at that break, I'm sitting there and I'm looking at the Crosby cheerleaders. I'm thinking to myself, that's a very small group for such a large school.
I was just thinking that too.
Were you too?
Yeah. You would think because I think they're an L school, so. But then again, maybe some of them
are sick.
Could be. I mean, this is the time of year. Everybody's getting sick. Various illnesses.
Sitting over almost opposite of us with Kenny Sinclair is the great Phil Lott, who at one point in time had the record for the most points ever scored in the MVL.
That's a lot of basketball royalty right there.
It is.
Saying. Ellis has the ball for Crosby, gets by Morrison now. Davis guarding, the press is on by Kennedy, and a reach-in foul by Kennedy. That's on Trueheart. His third, team's fifth.
I think this is great strategy by Coach Lavassa right now to throw a press at them. And even if they get some fouls, Crosby has not been that good from the free throw line.
No.
If it comes down to a close game, you want to be able to foul someone and get them shooting at the line. In this case, hopefully missing.
Willard inbounding to Ellis, back to Willard, guarded by two. Ellis, Davis quickly by, they have to retreat. Robinson with the ball. Robinson dribbling, two defenders on, and deflected. They're going to say off of Kennedy. It's why it's on a backcourt violation. Whoa. Willard with nice moves from Grubb, the assist, the points. Willard, he's got 23. 58-49. Back to a 9-point lead for the Bulldogs. Under 5 to play in the game.
Kennedy has to score here. It's getting away from them. They have to get a bucket here.
Serrano, right corner, Tucker. Tucker will dribble. Horizontal pass to Trueheart. Has to be careful, 3 personal fouls. Trueheart into traffic, comes away with 2 points. He's got 13. 7-point lead back for Crosby. 4:25 remaining in the game.
It's going to be a run and jump here. And going to get a press and a trap. Trying to get the trap in the corners.
Grubbs, Frederick, Willard. Back to Robinson. Robinson with a move. Right low post. Draws 2 defenders. Deflected high. One and done is Crosby. And Robinson still down. Trueheart floats it high. Serrano misses a dunk, but he draws the foul. 2 free throws coming for Lennox Serrano. The foul is on Willard, his third. Team score.
Willard said, you ain't going to do that to me in my house.
No. But that, as you would say, Coach Jay say, good tag.
Good tag.
Good tag. I like that. And if Jay Say is listening, I hope he's doing very, very well.
Yeah,
Fine
I like
coach.
Jay.
Fine coach. First free throw, good by Serrano. He's got 13. Kennedy, 5 of 8 from the free throw line. Crosby yet to shoot a free throw thus far in the fourth. Second free throw by Serrano. Good.
Money.
He's got 14. Kennedy 6 of 9, making free throws when they matter. 58-53. Still Crosby leads. Under 4 to play in the game. Willard in the left corner to Frederick, guarded by 2. Tucker and Davis found an opening in Willard. Willard lost the ball. Grubbs just shot it up high, and it goes in for a 3.
Unbelievable.
He's got 18, does Grubbs. Willard leads the team with 23.
Got 3 players in double figures for Crosby. That's a good balanced scoring.
Davis, corner, right shot. That's Tucker, answers back, so it neutralizes the 3.
Isaiah Tucker for 3.
Tucker now is 11, 61-56.
Kennedy needs to stop here.
Crosby still leads, 3:15 remaining in the game. Tucker and Morrison, right corner to Ellis. Ellis just gets it by, 2 defenders on. Wherever the basketball is, there's 2 defenders at least on a player. Grubbs for a catch-and-shoot 3. Misses. Serrano fighting for the ball. Gets the defensive rebound. He went up high for that one, Dave.
He did.
Trueheart driving. Trueheart will finish in the left low post.
And timeout called by Levasseur with a 3-point game now. 61-58 with 2:55 left in the game.
We'll send it back to the station real quick. 76 consecutive year of high school basketball on 1320 WATR 97.7 FM. Like you said, that missed dunk by Willard.
Come back to haunt you.
This is the way it's going right now.
Yep.
I mean, it could. It could.
9-3 run since they put the press on.
For Kennedy?
Yep.
Okay. We come back.
Here we are back at the Palace for the last 2 minutes and 55 seconds of this game, we think. We don't know. Since Kennedy called their timeout and went into their trapping press, they've gone on a 9-3 run to cut this to a 3-point lead. Now, I'm expecting that Coach Levasseur is going to come out with something different out of this timeout so that Crosby couldn't adjust to it. And it is. They're going to come out with a full court now. It looks like almost a diamond in one.
Willard
It's a
inbounding.
matching man.
Yep, Willard inbounding. Ellis calling for it. Willard looking for somebody.
Timeout.
And then a timeout called. They're going to say the pass was inbounds, or rather out of bounds and inbounds. Very interesting they didn't call that.
Yep.
Frederick driving, and it's going to be an offensive foul on Frederick. That's his fourth, team's fifth.
That was a little payback for that missed call down there.
I've never seen that. A player then going behind the basket, out of bounds.
Yeah, you can throw it to him and then the other step
Okay,
in.
I've never
Absolutely.
seen that. Okay.
We ran that play before in high school.
First time seeing that, see something new every day.
And it has to be after a made basket,
Correct.
obviously.
Trueheart driving in, lost the ball. Loose ball still right to the hands of Robinson. Still a 4-point lead, rather 3-point lead for Crosby. 2:30 remaining in the game. Ellis spitting in the corner. And he stepped out of bounds. Kennedy ball.
I don't understand why Crosby is letting themselves get pushed into the corners where they can get trapped and step out of bounds or step backcourt. They're not breaking this properly. They got to move the ball just as the press is coming up to them.
Davis inbounding to Trueheart. 3/4 of the court. Kennedy going right to left on your dial. Trueheart to Morrison. Kennedy down by 3. Floats it high in the corner. Catch and shoot Davis. Yes! He's got it!
Buried it.
And we're tied, 61 all. Janorius Davis with a 3. 2:05 remaining in the game. Robinson lost the ball. It's Kennedy basketball. It's Isaiah Tucker. Tucker will finish, and Kennedy has the lead. And a timeout called by Nick Augelli. 63-61. The Kennedy Eagles have the lead, and we'll keep it right here.
Now, what did we talk about? That missed dunk, okay? That could come into play right now. That's an extra 2 points. It could be tied. But the big story is the tenacity and the enthusiasm of this Kennedy press that they're putting on out here. Since they instituted that press, they've gone on a, let me see here, another 3 points, another 5 points, 14-3 run against Crosby Bulldogs.
I think to channel somebody who I know is a huge mentor to Coach Levasseur, I think Jack Taglia will be very pleased by what he's seen from the Kennedy Eagles right now. Former head coach of Kennedy.
He would. He definitely would. And Jack's a nice guy, and Jack doesn't like to be seen anymore.
I know that. I noticed that.
He sneaks into the gym and then tries to sneak out.
Yep.
But somebody always catches him.
I mean, come on, he's a legend at Kennedy.
Did I tell you that he used to do the games with me?
You
at
told
one
me
point
that.
in time? Yeah.
When Big Al was out for a little bit, he would fill in. You did play-by-play, right?
Yeah, I did.
That must have been. You must have been tired after.
I was. Okay, here it is now. Kennedy's got the lead. So now do they continue with this press, or do they try to hold the ball on them? It's a minute 53 left.
See Serrano's on Robinson.
Looks like they're going to pick him up full court man-to-man.
Yep. Willard inbounding.
Got to go to the ball.
Yep, they did it again. Same play.
Same play, yep.
Out of bounds it pass. Switching players. Willard inside. Kennedy up by 2. Willard spinning. Willard traveled.
That's the wrong time for a turnover. Now let's see what Kennedy does here. And Kennedy's going to try to take some air out of this
Look at
ball.
Crosby. They were in a 1-1-3. Now they're in what was a 2-3 defensively. Willard on Trueheart. Truart, yep, floats it high. Right to Truart, deflected off Crosby. Tucker for three.
Got
Bang! 66-61, the lead is 5 for Kennedy. 1:25 remaining in the game. Robinson guarded by Davis. Back to Grubbs. Grubbs guarded by Tucker. The clock not on the side of the Bulldogs. 1:10 remaining. Willard, it's an air ball. One and done on the Bulldogs. Floats it high over to Tucker. Guarded by Grubbs. Tucker driving in. Tucker was hit. No foul called. But then a second chance by Truart. He's fouled. It was an air ball. But 2 free throws coming for Truart. That's on Frederick. I have him down for 5.
Now I'm going to tell you something. It's at this point in time in the game where these free throws matter the most. They matter the most. You have to make these. You make these now, you win.
Truart is 0 of 2 from the free throw line in this game. First free throw.
Money on that one.
Good. 7 of 10. Since Kennedy shot 2 of 6, Dave, they have made every free throw that they have attempted since then. Big difference.
Big difference. When it comes down to the game, you got to do it.
They have not missed a free throw thus far.
No
in the
jinx
second
that
half.
time.
No jinx, you're right. Both free throws made by Truart. 8 of 11 is Kennedy from the free throw line. A 7-point lead for the Eagles. Down to a minute in the game. Robinson for 3.
Air.
It's an air ball. Keeping alive was Willard, but he threw it right to Kennedy. Truart on the dive. It's good in the left low post.
And do you hear that?
Yes, I do.
La 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 la.
9-point lead, and then a turnover by Crosby. Now,
Yeah.
Dave, what could you explain right now for this, what is collapse a little bit by the Bulldogs?
And they didn't handle the pressure very well. When Kennedy put that pressure, that trap press on them, they have not handled the pressure well. They did not stay out of the corners at all.
Foul is going to be on, I think, Frederick. I had him down for 5 before, but that has to be 5 now.
Yeah. Yeah, here he goes. They're banking the buzzer.
So Frederick is out. Serrano at the free throw line for 2. Jofi will be back in as Frederick is fouled out of the game. He'll finish with 3 points. Good effort by number 21, Linder Frederick, but just too many fouls. A 9-point lead, trying to make it a little bit more for Kennedy, and Serrano's at the free throw line, made both, and is only 2 in the 4th, as he misses the first of 2.
Right now, at the 5-minute mark of this last quarter, Crosby was up by 9 points. Since then, it's been a 21-3 run by Kennedy.
Second free throw is missed, both by Serrano. 8 of 13 from the free throw line. Crosby looking for something. Willard, short shot, no good.
Foul on Robinson.
Yep.
Gonna go back and shoot 1-on-1 again. Let's see. Well, 1-on-1 this time, not 2. Let's see if Serrano can step up and make these this time.
Now, what was that stat that you gave before, Dave? You said Kennedy was what?
Kennedy was down by 9 points at the 4:55 mark.
Yep.
Timeout by Coach Lavasser. Puts on a trapping press, trapping in the corners. Since then, 21-3 run by Kennedy Eagles.
And that was in the 4th quarter, right?
Yep. Make that 22.
Free throw made by Serrano. Serrano's only attempted free throws. No basket made in this 4th quarter. Kennedy, 9 of 14 from the free throw line. Trying to make it? Yes. 10 of 15. 72-61. 61. 30 seconds to go in the game. Willard outside. Ellis, 3, a little bit short. Willard gets the offensive rebound. Back to, look to have been Kinsey again. No good. 20 seconds to go.
And that's lights out.
Yep.
Boogaloo.
And the Kennedy Eagles down, but a back and forth affair. Fought hard and were able to win the game against Crosby. You talk about a team with heart and with passion. They had it tonight here at the Palace. The final, 72-61. Kennedy wins. An impressive game for Kennedy, and this is the kind of game, Dave, that can really propel you as far as bringing this season, as they've had a couple tough games. Kobe was tough, St. Paul was tough early on. This Kennedy team showed, I'm not going to lie to you, Dave, they showed me something tonight. And so did Crosby, even in a loss.
You know, again, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but man, that was a great coaching job by Coach Levasseur.
It was.
When he threw that press on there, and that was what happened, that was it. Lights out from there. Let's
send it back to the station and wrap things up here from the Crosby Palace. This is the 76th consecutive year of high school basketball. 1320 WHR, 97.7 FM.
Back to wrap things up here at the Crosby Palace in the east end of Waterbury. And like we were just talking to Coach Levasseur, 23-3 run in the last 5 minutes of this game for Kennedy Eagles. Called a timeout. They were down by 9. Called a timeout. Put a press on. The press worked. It rattled Crosby, which I don't understand because Crosby does that same kind of pressing, so they practice against it every day, but it rattled them tonight, and that was the difference in this ball game.
The leading scores for both sides, Khalif Willard with 23, and for Kennedy, you had 19 from Trueheart, 16 from Tucker, 15 from Serrano. When you get performances like that, that is a good day for Kennedy. And also, let's not forget, too, about Grubbs, who had 18. You had 12 from Robinson, but Khalif Willard, what a night for him. The senior really did a fine job and really left everything on the court here tonight.
Yeah, it
really
was like I said, it's just, I don't know, it almost looked like Crosby ran out of steam.
That's the thing, too, yeah. Like you said, the press part, too.
Yeah, the press, well, that made them run out of steam, and that was it. And then they just weren't connecting on any of their shots, and they're throwing the ball away. So,
Dave, any final thoughts?
That was my final thought right there.
Dave, get well soon.
All right.
Now wrap things up here from the Crosby Palace. Our thanks to the coaches and ADs of both Crosby and Kennedy. And thanks to the 1320 WHR studio, big guy himself, Kurt Schmid, being able to man the controls and do what he does to allow us to be able to broadcast these games for everybody here to be able to listen on 1320 WHR 97.7 FM rather. And also thanks to the sponsors as well, all the pharmacies, Stoll's Pharmacy, De La Precha Pharmacy, also have the station as well in Naugatuck, and all of our great sponsors to be able to allow us to broadcast these games. And our next game will be on Friday, December 30th, Woodland at Holy Cross, 7 p.m. Pregame will be at 6:50, 6:55, depending on when the JV game ends. Tip-off is at 7 p.m. So the final score, 72-61. Kennedy defeats Crosby. Kennedy improves to 3-1. Crosby drops to 1-2. For Dave Grant, I'm Chris Saunders. So long, everybody. We'll see you on Friday from Holy Cross High School.